G'day everybody, it's the Christian Footballer, and today I'm going to be showing you guys 3 moves that have helped me become a better player on the wing. Let's get into it. So with these 3 moves, I'm going to show you guys how to do them, how to learn them, and where to use them. So let's get straight into the first one, the step over. The step over is a great move for any player, but especially for wingers. Basically, you're just putting your foot around the ball, but there are a couple of things to keep in mind when doing this. The first thing you want to keep in mind when you're doing a step over is to drop your shoulder in the direction that you're faking to go. This will really help sell the move to the defender. The second one you want to do is get into the mindset that you are actually going to touch the ball in that direction, and then do the same action that you would do if you were going to touch the ball in that direction, except miss the ball by going in front of it, and that'll be a step over, and it'll help convince the player that you are actually going to take that touch because you're doing the same movement. Another thing to remember with the step over is the faster the better. So try and build up some speed in your feet so you can do the step over quickly, and that'll really help sell the move. The way that I learnt the step over is basically by just putting it on the ground and then just doing step overs around it for a minute or so. Then I'd just put 2 cones 5 to 7 meters apart and then just roll the ball out in front of me and do step overs until it stops. After you've done those 2 things and you've got the step over movement under your belt, you can then set up 2 cones 14 meters apart, a couple of cones in the middle to act as a defender, and then you just run at the cones in the middle, do your step over, go to the other cone, turn around, and come and do it again with your other foot, so you're becoming a more well-rounded player and you can use both your feet and be unpredictable. Some great situations to use this move in is if you're going down the wing and you want to beat your man and go outside, you can just do your step over fake to go inside and then go outside. Also, if you want to get down to the byline and pull off a cross, you can use it there as well to again get down the wing. Or if you're approaching the 18-yard box, you can fake to go inside with a step over and then go down the line of the 18-yard box, and you can either have a shot with your left or right foot depending on which side you're playing, or you could cross it. So that's the step over. Let's move into the second move, the Ronaldo chop. You need look no further than a Cristiano Ronaldo highlight video to see this move being used effectively. One thing I will say about this move is it helps if you can change direction quickly, but other than that, what you want to do is you want to make sure you do your action quickly. You don't want to have any backlift to indicate what's coming. Basically, you want the defender to think that you're committed to the direction you're running in, and then you want to change direction quickly. The way I learnt this is again putting 2 cones 14 meters apart, some cones in the middle, running at the cones with some speed, and then just chopping, changing direction completely. Some great situations to use this move in is if you're running down the line and the defender is running in to try and stop your run down the line. You can basically just look like you're going to commit to it, go as fast as you can, get them to full speed running towards the wing, and then you just chop inside and let them fly past. This move works great for that sort of thing. Also, if you're approaching the corner of the 18-yard box and you're running at full speed down towards the byline, you can chop it back inside and have a shot. This will work great for that as well. Some things to keep in mind if you're on the wing and you want to use this move is if a player is running beside you and they have their back, obviously, to the space that you would chop into, if they're alongside you or a little bit in front of you, this is a great time to use that move because you're going to chop in behind them and they're not going to be able to react. Another thing to keep in mind is if they're jockeying you, but their back is facing more towards your goal than it is towards their goal, so that if you chopped in, you'd actually be chopping behind them, then this is another great place to use that move because, again, you're chopping behind them and you're taking advantage of them being out of position as far as their jockeying position goes. Okay guys, final move is the Cruyff Turn. Pretty much it's just you faking to cross or pass or even shoot the ball. You're just going to drag it behind you. A couple of things to keep in mind with this move is to really sell the move, you want to have a decent amount of backlift with your kicking leg, which you're not actually going to kick it with, you're just going to drag it behind you, but you want to have a decent amount of backlift to really sell it and make it look like you're actually going to cross it. You also want to stick your arm out. If you watch people cross or pass, you'll see them do this, and that'll really help sell the move as well. The way I learnt this move is I set up 2 cones about 2 meters apart, and then I just put the ball past one cone, Cruyff it back into the middle, put it past the other cone, and Cruyff it back with my other foot, using both my feet again to try and be a more unpredictable player. Some of the best situations to use this move in is if you're trying to cross it and you're pretty close to the byline. you can basically fake to cross, Cruyff it, and then cross it with your other foot. However, this move also works to try and get you up the line if you're in a stationary position. So say you've been past the ball and there's a defender there, you can put it back towards your goal and look like you're gonna ping it or pass it into the middle of the field, but instead you just Cruyff it back and go up the line. I've used it so many times on defenders and it works really well. So that's the Cruyff turn for you. Okay guys, so there's 3 moves that you can use in your next match to try and open up space for yourself. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please hit the thumbs up button, and if you haven't yet subscribed, please hit the subscribe button down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next week.